Hello and welcome to Breathe Fit Sugar. This is your 15-minute full body stretch. My name is Danielle Gray, celebrity trainer and founder of Train Like a Gymnast. All you need is a little bit of clear space, maybe some yoga blocks to help you relax into the stretch, and if you have sensitive knees or wrists, maybe a blanket or a towel or a pillow. And let's get started. So I want you to pick a word of intention. Maybe it's presence, calm, release, relax, in through your nose, and out through your mouth. Beautiful. All right, to get started, you're going to be kneeling. So if you have that blanket or pillow nearby and you want it, go ahead and grab it and put it under your knees. You're gonna be sitting on your heels or up in a tall kneel. From here, you're gonna press the heel of your palm down into the floor like you're trying to press a button. Lift your fingertips up like they're trying to face the ceiling so that you depress this shoulder. All right, we're starting from the neck and we're working on our way all the way through the body. From here, you're gonna look to the opposite diagonal and then slowly bring that chin down to your collarbone and back up at your own pace. You're gonna feel this stretch shift through the front of your neck to the back of your neck. Make sure you keep pressing the heel of the palm down and lifting the fingers, and then we'll try the other side, okay? Press down, look up to the opposite diagonal, and breathe it down and up 2 to 3 times. From there, we'll do a little bit of nerve flossing. So what that's gonna look like is you're going to bring your fingertips to your shoulder, and then you're gonna flex your palm and press away. So if you're ever in bed holding your phone and then your arm starts tingling and goes numb, do this a couple times and it'll go away. All right, try the other side. So fingertips to shoulder, flex the palm, press it out and away. You're trying to go distant, so far away each time. Then from here, with that, the fingers still facing down, press the other arm out to the side with the fingertips up and then switch. All the while trying to press the arms out and away. You should feel this very actively, a little bit of a nervy sensation, but we're activating the muscles to do that. Then those hands are gonna go behind your back. You're gonna have your middle fingers touching together behind your back. Sit up nice and tall and then pull those elbows forward. You're stretching in between your shoulder blades here. If you want a little more intensity, 2 fingers on an elbow and pull forward, and try the other side. Or if you have a partner in the room who can gently help, give it a try. Communicate, please, because these are tiny muscles. We want to make sure that they stay safe. All right? And release from that. Beautiful. We're going to be going down to our chest now. So we're going to lie down on our stomach. We're going to put our arm out to the side at a 90-degree angle. Try to keep your shoulder down as you tilt onto that side. The opposite leg is going to come up and over. Every breath out, you're gonna try to twist and release a little bit more. You're gonna actively be pushing your shoulder down to the ground, squeezing your glute to pull that toe back towards the floor. Then reset back to the middle. You're gonna bring the other arm out to 90 degrees. Then from there, press the shoulder down, lift the opposite leg, squeeze the glutes to pull that toe back, press with your opposite hand, breathe in, and out as you twist and look up towards the sky. Inhale as you bring it back to the center. Now, if there was one side that was a little more tight than the other, you can go back to that side, or you can go ahead and do just a 1 breath on each side, and exhale. We're going into our shoulder stretch. So you can use the floor, yoga blocks, a chair, or a couch if you would like. I'm gonna use the blocks, but they're absolutely not necessary. I'm gonna put my hands, make sure my wrists are on the blocks, then I'm gonna drop my chest down and let my hips lift high. From here, I'm trying to keep my arms straight. They're gonna want to bend, so press them straight as if you're pushing a wall away in front of you. So you're getting this active stretch. You're actively pulling your arms back and pressing straight as you drop and sink down. You can come up and engage your core and then drop it down a little bit more, but you are feeling what it feels like to be in this range of motion while actively stretching. To get into your lats and triceps a little more, I'm gonna use 1 block. I'm gonna try to get my elbows on that block and drop my head through, then bring my thumbs to my back. If that is not possible for you right now, in this moment in time, do your best. Maybe you just work on getting the elbow or the hands together and the elbows close. If you can get the thumbs to the back, awesome. Work with your breath. Come out of that slowly. Now, the other way to do it on the floor is if you have your hands on either side of the block. So you're holding it like this, okay? If you don't have a block, you can try to hold a water bottle, something that is kind of shoulder width. Keep those elbows down and then try to bring the block towards your back. This might be a little more intense because what it's doing is keeping your forearms parallel so that you're getting straight into those lats and those triceps. This is a much better active stretch because we're moving and we're actively pulling ourselves into that range of motion. It's a much better active stretch than just pulling your arm across your chest. All right, it keeps you in the proper anatomical neutral. The next thing we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be going into a lower back stretch. It's one of my favorites. There are a couple ways to do it, but you're gonna be seated, all right? You're gonna be in a butterfly. You're gonna press your knees down and sit up very tall, okay? What you're gonna do from here is you're gonna grab the opposite ankle, okay? So left hand, right ankle. Your right hand goes behind your head. You're gonna sit up tall. You're gonna twist and you're gonna tilt. So in this seated low back stretch, I want you to really think about the lower right hand side of the back. Now what we're gonna do, instead of just sitting here, we're gonna make it active and we're gonna do some movement, all right? So the elbow is high, and then we're gonna bring the elbow low and pull our back behind us to the wall behind. And then we're going to lift up, twist, get that elbow to face the sky, and bring it back down and pull. One more, and down. Awesome. Transition to the other side. So right hand, left ankle, left hand behind the head, twist to the left, and then bring that left elbow to the sky. From here, let's start the movement. So breathe out, bring the elbow down like you're drawing a laser beam to the ground, pulling your mid back behind you, and then opening the chest as you open up. Breathe out as you come forward. Give me one more. Try to go at your own pace. You don't have to match me. I want you to work with your breath so you do not hyperventilate. Beautiful. All right, the next thing we're doing is a seated pike. So from here, what you're gonna do is you're gonna have your legs straight. If you want a little extra intensity, you can put your legs up on an elevated surface. Otherwise, you're gonna be here with me. First thing you're gonna do is you're gonna flex your feet. You're gonna sit up really straight. You're gonna squeeze your legs straight. So from there, if you squeeze tight enough, your heels might lift off of the ground. Not everybody's legs do this, all right? But I want you to try. You should be feeling that, drawing the kneecaps up into your quads. From here, try to point your toes without your heels touching. You're gonna feel those quads light on fire. Keeping that squeeze in the quads, you're gonna walk forward as far as you can in a seated pike. If you get any cramps, pull it out and then go back in at your own pace. Now, because we're squeezing, we're trying to keep the light from getting underneath our knees. We wanna stay super flat. This is called reciprocal inhibition. This means the tighter your quads or the tighter this side of your body, the looser the opposite side has to be, the more it has to relax and stretch. So if you squeeze your legs straight, you're gonna feel the hamstrings right away. If you flatten the back, you're gonna feel it a little bit more nervy, all right? From there, we're gonna go into a lunge and work on our hip flexors. This is when I would recommend holding on to something because hip flexors tend to be tight and it gets a little intense and your balance can be tested here. So the first thing I want you to do is you're gonna be in a 90-degree lunge. So 90 degrees everywhere possible. From here, push down through your back foot into the ground as if you're about to stand up. Tuck your tailbone under, squeeze that back glute, and then give me some rocks forward and back. You can bring the chin to the chest if you want, but this is an active stretch because your glutes are engaged. You're pressing down, you're tucking the hips under. You should feel that right in that hip flexor. And then drop it down into a deep lunge. We're gonna do the other side in a second, but give a little movement here just to see how everything feels. All right, I really want you to relax into the stretch. Let your muscles do what they've got to do. Feel gravity pulling, work with your breath. Other side, all right? Opposite leg, 90 degrees. Sitting up tall, press the back foot in, tuck the tailbone under, squeeze that back glute, chin to chest, slowly rock. If you're holding onto a couch or a chair, just make sure it's stable and not going to move. Really work on tucking that tailbone under like a scared dog, pulling under and through. What that's gonna do, same concept of reciprocal inhibition, the tighter your glute squeezes, the more open and relaxed your hip has to be. So if we squeeze really tight, we're gonna really focus on that hip flexor. Scoot that leg out, move the blocks, drop the hips down, untuck that back foot, and give some movement here. It's okay if you're not as low as I am, all right? It's okay if you're lower than I am. Everybody is different and everybody starts somewhere. So if you're here, that's fine. I want you to focus on keeping your chest up. So maybe you hold on to something higher, all right? But you need to be relaxed into that stretch so you get the most benefit, okay? From here, we're gonna stay on this leg, but we're gonna push our hips back. We're gonna straighten the leg and flex the foot, all right? Now, you might feel this right away, okay? The other way to get into it, if you're looking like this or feeling like it's a little inaccessible right now, you're gonna start up here, straighten that leg, and then from there, you can push the hips back, okay? I feel it right here as well, but because I have done years and years of stretching, I know that I'm able to keep my legs straight and go a little further. It just gets very intense. So this should be 5 to 8 out of 10 on the intensity. Same thing, if you're relaxed here and just holding it, that's not dynamic. I need you to squeeze, activate that quad so the hamstrings have to relax. Give some movement, rotate the hips. You can go forward and back, but always thinking about pushing that butt back, all right? Let's try the other side. So you can go up into that lunge, straighten that leg, flex the foot. Then before thinking about going forward, think about pressing the hips back and see where those blocks end up. Keeping that back flat, keeping the front leg straight, squeezing, like trying to cramp that quad as much as you can. Give some movement here for the last little bit, and then we'll do a quarter turn into a half frog. This will be a position that most likely you have not done in a long time or ever, okay? So if you wanna use the blocks, you can. What's gonna happen is you're gonna bring one leg out to the side, and then the other leg is gonna be bent at 90 degrees. This is where I would also recommend a pillow or a blanket, and adjust the blocks where you need them to be. You can be upright, you can be on your elbows, or if you're low enough, you can be on your chest with your arms out to the side. Give a little bit of rocking here, and to make this active, instead of just holding it here, it's a little baby twerk, okay? So you're gonna try to stick your bottom out and then tuck your tailbone under. And you might feel a little bit of like grinding and crunching, but there should be no pain. You're just gonna feel everything moving in that hip, especially if you've never done this or haven't done it a lot. If it's too intense, come up a little bit and do the same thing. So it's an arch with your hips, not your back. You're not dumping your stomach down. You're just feeling the hips tilt and tuck. All right, other side. Switch it over, other leg goes straight. Once you're in that half frog, then tilt and stick it out. And tilt, but go slow, okay? This is not fast. This is dynamic, but it's not ballistic, all right? The next one is gonna be for all you joggers and runners out there. We're gonna stretch the bottoms of our feet. So if you are wearing shoes right now, I recommend taking them off. If you're wearing socks, I would recommend taking them off because you're gonna need to go right here, okay? So you're tucking your toes under, you're squeezing your heels together, and you're gonna slowly sit back on your heels. If your quads are really, really tight and you're not able to get here, you can put a pillow, a block, or a blanket underneath, sit up a little higher. It'll make it more accessible for you. So you're gonna sit right here. I would love to make you sit here for 2 minutes, but we're not gonna do that. It's only 30 seconds, so deep breath in and out. And as you are here, I want you to imagine every breath out, you're relaxing and releasing, and your foot is just kind of, all of that tension is melting away, all right? That's what we mean, what we trainers mean by working with your breath. You're using your breath to help you relax. It's not just helping you do the exercise or the stretch, but it is physically helping you relax, all right? One more deep breath in and out. And then slowly come out of that one. For our ankles and our wrists, you can be kneeling again. You're gonna flip your hands over here. You're gonna kind of pedal the palms of your hands off of the ground, taking your time. You can do some flips, you can follow me. If one particular stretch feels better than the other, then you can stay there a little bit more. I like to just kind of move it around and activate. Maybe if you have a job where you type a lot, this could be very, very helpful for you, especially this one. All right, so make 2 fists. Interlock the knuckles. Top of the hands down on the floor, the couch, the chair, whatever, or your desk. You can do this at work. And then from here, you're gonna slowly try to straighten the elbows. Now, if you're not able to straighten them fully, that's absolutely fine. Everybody starts somewhere. Okay, so even if you're here, you're definitely feeling the stretch. I know you are. So do your best and do this as much as you can. From there, shake it out. All right, then you're gonna go back into that kind of kneeling position where we did the bottom of our feet, but now you're gonna tuck your toe under. So keep those shoes and socks off. You're gonna grab the back of your heel. You're gonna try to roll around the top of the foot. You're not crunching the toes, you're pressing the heel forward and you're rolling the ankle, okay? You'll do that on both sides. We're actively moving those muscles and that joint around. We're trying to stretch it, put it into a range of motion that maybe if you were to work out and land kind of wonky, we would already be warmed up and stretched. So we don't want that range of motion to happen with a lot of body weight on it. So we're getting it in a controlled space here. All right. Just to finish, let's bring it all together with one final breath. In through the nose, remember that word of intention that you had at the beginning. Let's bookend it and let's say it at the end. Here we go. In through the nose, hold for a second at the top, and breathe out through the mouth. Be sure to check out more. Please keep coming back. Once again, my name is Danielle Gray, celebrity trainer and founder of Train Like a Gymnast. Keep breathing.